Henry, are you there? I was just wondering if you were going to go to Laura's recital today. You do know that it's today, don't you?
Oh yeah, that's right. She does have her recital today, doesn't she? Shoot, I thought I had written that down somewhere. But unfortunately, I'm actually out of town for work right now, so I really just don't think that I'll be able to make it.
But I already bought up a whole bunch of seats so that she could have a lot of people that she knew there to see her perform. Just think about how sad she's going to be if she sees empty seats while she's playing. Can't you talk to your boss and get someone to take your place on your business trip?
I really don't think that anything like that could be possible by this point. Besides, she already told me she's fine if I can't actually make it to see her. Besides, it's not like it's only her recital. Plenty of other students and performers are gonna be there, so I'm not sure how much she'll worry about empty seats.
I really just don't get how you can act like this. This is your niece that we're talking about here. You're going to miss her moment in the spotlight.
Well, again, I am already away from work, so there is just really nothing that can be done about it.
Well, I just think you should know that plenty of people go on and on about how amazing Laura is on the piano. She has a strong and bright career ahead of her in music. And so that's why I think it is just so important that we are all able to be there in person to support her.
And I have and do support her. I don't think she feels like I don't care about her dreams at all.
And yet here you are making excuses for your work so that you don't have to come back into town and see her play. How do you think that is going to make her feel? Sometimes I really do wonder if you are your CEO father's son, because sometimes you are just nothing like him. But then again, you also have her blood mixed in yours too, don't you? That woman who wanted nothing more to kiss up to the big boss who graced her club with his presence.
Look, I really don't appreciate you talking about my birth mother like that, okay?
I don't see what the big deal is. I'm not making fun of her or anything like that. I'm only telling the truth that we all know. The fact of the matter is that your mom was a greedy little gold digger. And of course, it just goes to show what kind of person she is because she gave your father a son like you. In the end, she was just a nobody who would never go on to do anything.
Look, I understand that my real mom wasn't a perfect person, but I still just don't think this is appropriate at all.
You dare say that to me? The poor second wife of your successful father? Do you have any idea just how much I've sacrificed to bring you up? I'm just grateful that you have a brother like Jack who takes so much more after your father. Unlike you, that is. The only thing that you and your brother really have in common at all is that you look alike. But even so, you still look more like that woman than anything else.
You know, if you really feel that way about my real mom and I, then maybe you should just stop inviting me to family events. I understand that you really hate looking at me since you can see my real mom in my face. I know that neither you nor Dad want anything to do with me, really. So why not just save us both the trouble and leave me alone?
Oh, come now. You know that we can't do that. Appearances are everything in your father's world, and he can't have people going around spreading rumors. Sure, we don't want to see your face, but we still have to tolerate you.
I don't really see why that is when you can just rely on my older brother Jack instead.
Oh, trust me, we rely much more on your brother Jack than we ever would or even could yourself. But still, family events are family events, and you must show up. Do you have any idea the rumors that people might start if they see that you have gone missing all of a sudden? Especially since I'm your dad's second wife. People would start to say that I didn't raise you right or that I wasn't able to become a proper mother to my husband's children.
I really don't think anyone is seriously thinking about you all that deeply, to be honest.
Well, you have no idea how this world works at all, and you're just showing your ignorance now. Besides, you are forgetting all that I've done for you. Just think of of how many times I've cooked dinner for you. And just who was it that was paying for you to be able to go to college and study whatever it was that you majored in?
Mom, you made me go to college. I was thinking that I would want to work after high school, but you said that that would shame the family. I never ever asked you to do that for me. And besides, when I did go to college, the school gave me a scholarship for the whole time I was there. Actually, that reminds me, is it only Laura playing today? What happened to Emma? Is she not also playing?
And just why in the world are you asking about Emma all of a sudden? What does she have to do with any of this?
Well, I mean, they are twin sisters, you know. It's kinda natural to ask about both of them. Besides, Emma and Laura both are learning piano, so I just don't understand why one is having a recital and the other isn't.
You really can be such a stupid person sometimes, do you know that? The fact of the matter is that Emma is nowhere near as good as Laura. Honestly, they may be twins, but I hardly understand how the two of them are sisters at all. I mean, really, how can one girl be so smart and the other be so useless?
I really don't think that there's any need to be talking like this about your grandchildren.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have a right to show interest into the useless members of my kin who just take and give nothing back.
I really think that that is just a terrible way to think about your family. I think even you must be able to recognize that.
You really just don't understand anything at all. What about Emma is there to even love at all? She doesn't study hard at all, while her sister has always been the top students. I swear I can show you her records from school and you'll be able to see just how much better one of the girls is compared to the other.
So what? Who cares about grades in school? I don't think that means that Emma is a worthless person or anything like that.
Yeah, I am so sure that someone like you would think something like that, but that's exactly why you and I don't think alike at all. And honestly, the fact of the matter is that if you have enough time to be worrying this much about Emma, then you should have enough time to come to Laura's recital. And one more thing, I think it's high time you realize that every little thing in life is always a competition, no matter what it is. That's a lesson you should have learned a long time ago.
Hey, Mom, did you hear that Jack got into a car accident? It's really, really bad.
Yes, I heard. And I hate to say it, but I think it may be even worse than you thought.
Oh my God! Well, do you know if he's gonna be okay? Is he safe at least? I'm on my way to the hospital in a taxi right now, but there's a lot of traffic.
I'm afraid that your older brother is no longer with us, Henry. He was actually already gone by the time that we had all reached the hospital. Him and his wife.
But he was also in the car with the girls, right? How are Emma and Laura? Are they all right?
Yes, those two are just fine, thankfully. They have some scratches and bruises, but they're just fine otherwise.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess that's a relief to hear at least. But I just really don't know what to say to all of this.
Well, there really isn't anything that can be said about it now, is there? And now your brother, who was supposed to take over your father's company, is gone. In fact, your father was talking to me and trying to make me take on some of the responsibilities of running the company. Can you believe it? Honestly, just who does he think I am? This whole time, he'd always been so reliant on your brother, but I just would have never thought that something like this would happen.
How can you even say that? My brother just passed away and all you can think about is the work that it's gonna make for you?
Well, it's the truth, isn't it? And after all the money we spent on his education, studying abroad, all of that for the sake of him taking over after your father steps down. All of that money and effort down the drain, even after we showed him so much love. And even though his wife wasn't from a rich family or anything, we still let him marry her.
I'm sorry, but it really doesn't sound like you're all that upset about the fact that we just lost Jack.
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose I'm really not all that sad at all. But this is just going to spoil so many plans that I had for us all. Although, I suppose that this just shows your brother was the same as your mother, a no-good loser who wanted to suck up as much wealth as he could from this family before dying.
What in the world is wrong with you? Why would you ever think that that is something appropriate to say? Somebody just died and that's really all that you can say about them? Do you really only care about yourself?
You can say all that you'd like, but I'm just telling the truth. The fact of the matter is that now someone is going to have to look after his children. I can't believe that those two had to go and die, but they had to leave behind their daughters. Just who is supposed to take care of them? I'm certainly not going to.
Please do not talk about those poor girls like that. I mean, they're only 10 years old. Have you even told them that both of their parents have died?
No, of course I haven't gone and told them something like that.
All right then, I guess I can go to the hospital and sit down to talk with them. You just don't do anything.
Of course! That's a great idea! Yes, you should go and tell them about what happened. I hate seeing crying children, and so doing that would just piss me off. And then, since they're twins, it would be like the same little kid crying twice right in front of me. While you're there, why don't you go ahead and take care of them?
Sure, I'll take some time off until the funeral, and I should be able to watch over them during that time.
There you go! At least you're good for something. It's official then. It is going to be your job to watch over those two girls. Hey, Henry, are you there? I was just wondering how the twins are doing. Are they holding up all right after all they've been through?
Well, no, I don't think that I can really say that they're all right after everything, but at least they've settled down a bit more since hearing the news. They've been staying with me ever since they were let out of the hospital.
Well, that's good to hear at least. But you know, I have been thinking about those girls lately, and well, I think that I'd like to take the good child and leave you with the stupid one.
Are you really still going on about this? I really just don't understand how you can talk about your own grandchildren like that. What makes you even want to say things like that?
Again, I don't see why you're getting so upset. All I'm saying is the truth. One of them is stupid and the other is smart. Those are just simple facts.
Well, look, either way, I don't think it's a good idea to try and separate the girls like this. Do you understand?
You really just don't understand anything at all, do you? The fact of the matter is that even Laura looks down on Emma. They may be twins, but that's more of a technicality than anything at this point. And that's why I think that's high time we just face the facts and separate the girls for their own good.
You're going to regret this, Mom. This won't go how you think it will. I can guarantee you that.
Regret? You really think that I'm going to regret doing something like this? You really have just no idea what you are talking about at all. I mean, really, don't you understand that I'm getting the good sister and you're getting the stupid one? I'll be able to make a ton of money off of everything that Laura accomplishes. But I don't really care what you do with Emma at all. Heck, you can throw her into an orphanage for all I care.
You are just horrible! Do you really think that I would ever do that to my own niece?
I just told you that I don't care at all what you do with her to begin with. Anyways, I'm going to come over and pick up Laura from now.
You know, I should probably correct you before you do that, though. After all, Emma isn't stupid.
Wait, what? What the world are you talking about? Of course she is.
No, you're wrong. Emma is a sweet and really, really sharp girl. While the girls have been staying here, Emma has been nothing but helpful with the chores and other things around the house.
Well, I am just so glad that you've taken a liking to her, but you know that doesn't change anything at all about what I've said. In fact, I think you should recognize that you're in quite the precarious position right now. After all, what is a single man like you doing with two little girls who aren't his living with him? I can't imagine what the neighbors must be saying now that you have those girls over. You really might want to think carefully about keeping them around.
I can't believe that you actually just sent those messages to me. Honestly, these are the daughters of my brother that we're talking about here, and I have every right to help raise them as a way of being a good brother and uncle.
But surely you must be expecting to get something out of this. I know that's why I want to take Laura off your hands. I'm sure she would make a great replacement heir for her father. As for Emma, well, I don't really care all that much what happens to her.
You know, I really don't think that you have any idea what you're talking about. But just don't do anything bad to these children. You need to promise me that. And I don't want to hear later that you want me to give you Emma instead.
Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? I would never, ever want that girl when I'm getting the better of the twins. How many times do I have to tell you that Laura is just so much smarter and all around better than Emma? These are just facts.
And are you really sure that this is what their dad would have wanted?
Of course! I just know that your brother would have wanted me to take Laura under my wing and raise her as if she were my own daughter.
You really are a pain sometimes, do you know that? I really just don't know how to deal with you sometimes.
Well then, why don't you just do what your brother would have wanted you to do and hand over one of his twin daughters to me to raise? You wouldn't want to go against your brother's wishes, right? And just remember the compromising position I could have the police find you in right now.
I don't know how you can treat your family like this. We're all supposed to be working together.
And we are working together. You take the dumb child, and I take the smart one. That sounds like teamwork to me, doesn't it? I told her that you can put Emma in foster care if you want to. It doesn't bother me. The only child of those two that I really care about is Laura. She is the only one with a bright future out of the two of them. Hey, Henry, are you there? I just wanted to say that I heard a rumor that Emma has been accepted into Harvard. Is that really true?
Wait a second. You haven't said a word to me after all of this time, and this is what you start talking to me about?
But well, that's just an amazing school. And I heard that Emma did so well in her program that she was asked to speak at graduation and even interviewed on TV. I just think that's so amazing for her, and as her grandmother, I am just so proud of all that little girl has achieved.
Got it. Well, I'll be sure to go ahead and pass that along to her.
But wait, just 1 second. That isn't all that I wanted to say. You see, I thought it would be a good idea if we could all meet and celebrate her achievements together.
Honestly, what are you even going on about? Do you really think that that's going to work after all the horrible things you said about her? We haven't even talked for years, not since you took Laura away. And now you want us all to meet again?
Well, I was just thinking, and I realized that this is probably what your brother would have wanted. Don't you think he'd want us all to be together? And just think about me as well. You know I'm getting older, and with you so far away and your brother gone, I hardly have anyone to interact with. I need someone to take care of me.
You really do just think about yourself, don't you? So what's the end game for all of this?
Well, Emma is, of course. She's done so well for herself and has achieved so much. If she wants to come and live with me, she can. I'll even pay for her tuition. Now that I know she's actually capable of making something of life, I would love to have her live with me.
Yeah, I really don't think that that's going to be necessary. Thank you, though.
Oh, come on. I know that you must be wanting to get rid of her as well. You must be wanting to get married, right? I know that you don't want to put your life on hold forever just for this girl.
Actually, if you must know, I'm married. I got married 3 years ago, in fact.
Wait a second. You got married? But how can that be? How would a guy who barely earns money like you be able to marry someone? Especially when you're taking care of a kid like some single dad. Are you really telling me that there are women out there in this world who would want to marry a guy like you?
I don't really know what to tell you, but I think I'm actually quite the catch, if I do say so myself.
But, I mean, surely Emma must be getting in the way of your love life since she isn't even your real child, right? Please, you have to take her to my house. I'll watch over her.
That is not going to happen. Emma is my daughter now, and I'm not going to hand her over to anyone ever.
Oh, come on. You can't be serious. Just bring her over here and let me meet her.
What are you talking about? Don't you remember what I told you all those years ago? I told you that you wouldn't be allowed to ask for Emma.
I never ever agreed to that. When did I ever say that I wouldn't ever take Emma? Honestly, just think about how good this is for you. Isn't it expensive taking care of a girl like her? I have the means to give her everything that she could want, and I promise to dote on her every single day.
That isn't gonna happen. Besides, you're taking care of Laura. What will she think about that?
Oh, don't you get me started on that girl. I have nothing but bad things to say about her. Obviously, Emma was the right choice from the very start.
Look, I've told you that the answer is no, and that is final. Do you understand?
But you don't understand. That girl, Laura, ever since she started middle school, she has just really fallen off. It's like she's not the girl that I knew at all. And when I tried to make her apply for colleges, she said that she was sick of school and didn't want to apply to go anywhere at all. So I finally kicked her out of the house.
I can't believe that you would do something like that. I knew that I should have never handed her over to you.
Well, I don't really see what the big deal is. I mean, the girl is already 18 years old. She's an adult, and that means that I have no more obligation to watch over her. Don't you understand?
Her father died, and I was prepared to take both of those girls, but you insisted on taking Laura.
I know all of that. I was there for it all, thank you very much. And I did that because I thought of everyone in our family. She would show the most promise, and might even take over the family business.
Well, now that I know what you've done with Laura, I am certainly not going to bring Emma to you. Besides, I hear that the family business isn't doing so well these days. In fact, I hear it's in quite a bit of trouble.
Well, your father has been telling me that everything is just fine and that there is absolutely nothing to worry about.
And you really believe him? I don't know if you've been following the financial news lately, but it's clear the company isn't long for this world.
What in the world are you talking about? If your dad says that everything is fine, then that must mean that everything is fine, right?
Did you know that my dad met the mom of my brother and I at a club? I wouldn't be surprised if he's still blowing all of his money on vapid things like that.
No, you have no idea what you're talking about. Your husband told me that he would never go out to any place like that again.
I guess even after all these years, you still haven't learned that my dad isn't the kind to keep his promises. But I guess that you'll find out all about that soon enough. Just know that I am never going to let you get near Emma ever again.
You can't do this to me! I am your mother, and she is my granddaughter, and that means that the both of you must do as I say. You can't take this girl away from me.
And why shouldn't I after the way that you treated her sister? You are clearly not a responsible or respectful person at all, and you're going to get what's coming to you.
Don't you dare talk to me that way. You need to show some respect to me. If you do this to me, I'll make sure that your dad leaves you nothing. You'll get nothing. Do you understand me? Hello? Are you even reading my messages anymore? Don't you see how rude you're being to me? You can't do this to me!
After that, I heard through the news that my dad's company finally went bankrupt. Not only that, but they were actually much more insolvent than previously thought. I can only imagine the debt everyone is in now. I told Emma about what I heard regarding her sister, and we agreed to hire a private investigator who was able to track Laura down. Her life certainly had taken a different path after I handed her over, but I promised to take care of her and never let anything happen to her again. Her sister was overwhelmed to be reunited with her twin, and my wife and I were all too happy to gain another daughter. I know that building back the trust I had with Laura will take time, but we're taking things one day at a time. I know that things must not have been easy for her living with my adopted mother, and I can't imagine the pain she must have gone through. As for Emma, she's going to be starting school at Harvard soon and has decided that she wants to become an advocate for child rights. I think after the experience her and her sister went through together, she wants to try and make sure that no child ever has to go through anything like that at all. I think it's a very noble cause and was prepared to pay her tuition to the school. Harvard, however, decided to give her a full ride for all of her academic achievements and background. In the end, I just hope that we're all able to take the proper steps that we need to heal after the ordeals that we have all been through. I don't think the healing is going to be instant, but I know that we all are willing to make the proper sacrifices and adjustments to be there for each other in a way that we weren't able to for so many years. I've since cut off all contact with my parents, especially since they started asking me for money following the bankruptcy. It's true that you can't choose your family at the very start, but with enough time, you'll learn who you do and don't want around in your life. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Hey there, Linda. I just wanted to thank you again for packing my lunch today. I know that I'm always going to get something good when it's you who does the cooking.
Oh, come on, John. You don't have to say those things just because I put together something simple for you. And besides, all I really did was mix some food in with the leftovers we already had. I really didn't do anything special at all.
You say that, but you know that you're my favorite chef in the whole world. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a soufflé the way that you've made it. You give it just the right amount of flavoring and spice without it being too overpowering. And you know just what to put into it as a filling. It's so good!
Oh, well, I really am glad that you like my soufflé, if you can really even call it that.
No, I really am serious. I think that I could eat this all day, every day if I wanted to. So I just wanted to say that I really am grateful to have you in my life, and I really appreciate you cooking for me all the time.
And I am telling you that it really is no trouble at all for me to do that for you. I mean, after all, I just work from home, so I have plenty of time to get started on cooking something as soon as I finish work.
Okay. I know that you're just being humble, but now that you say that, I just wanted to say that I know and really also appreciate that you do all the housework while I'm out at the office. So I really am sorry if you've been feeling like you've been taking on a lot of the work since we both have jobs, but I want you to know that I'll do everything over the weekends.
I really am fine the way things are right now. And besides, even when you come home, you still help me with the dishes and making the bed and all. I don't think that you are giving yourself enough credit for all the things you really do around here.
Well, maybe, but I still think it's fair to say that I rely on you way more than you maybe rely on me.
Okay, John. If you really feel that way, then how about you stop at the dessert place on the way home and get me some of that cake I like? Sound good?
Of course I can do that for you. That wouldn't be a problem at all. But are you sure that that's really all that you want?
Of course. And if you're really wanting to tell me how grateful you are, then I think that would be a really lovely way to show it. Besides, baking a cake can take such time out of my day, and it really would be nice to just have some now and then.
Oh, wow. Well, okay. Yeah, sure, I can do that. I can take you back cake more than just today if you want. How often would you like me to bring you back sweets from work? Oh, this could actually be really, really fun now that I think about it. Just let me know how much and when you want them.
Well, thank you very much. I will go ahead and put some thought into that and let you know.
I just remembered something. You know that Sarah, that girl who lives on our floor? Well, I actually have something to tell you about her.
Oh, yeah, Sarah. I think I remember meeting her a couple of times. She's about the same age as I am, right?
Yeah, that girl. Well, it turns out that I actually saw her today at work. Isn't that kind of crazy? Just a really small world, isn't it?
Oh, you're kidding me. You're telling me that Sarah, our neighbor, actually works at the same place that you do? What are the odds?
Oh, no, sorry, I should have been more clear. She doesn't work for the same company, but she was sent over to our offices to do some temping. So I guess you could say she kinda works for us, but it's really not the same.
Oh, I see. Well, even so, it really is funny to see someone you live so close to all of a sudden show up to your work.
I know, right? That is exactly what I was thinking. But anyways, I guess she used to work for this really, really big company before her current job. But when she showed up to the office, it was like everyone knew her and she was just chatting it up with everyone.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe she used to work with your company a lot in the past as well? I guess these kinds of things can happen, you know? Maybe it's best not to dwell too much on other people's lives, though, you know? There's only so much we can really know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that you're right about that, but I guess I was just surprised because for having such an impressive background, I was surprised that she's temping.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. It's not usually the really successful people you hear about temping. And now that I think about it, she does give off that vibe of being a pretty serious business person.
Yeah, right? That's what I felt as well. Like, she's always wearing a suit and has a briefcase she takes with herself and everything.
You know, I'm kind of jealous of you two going to get out and work really jobs. Sometimes I wonder if I should have worked harder to get an office job.
Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, Linda, but I think that you're doing just fine for yourself career-wise. And besides, I know plenty of people who would love to be in your position as well. I have to say that I also feel a bit jealous of you when I think of just getting to be around the house and doing my work in pajamas.
Well, that is a fair point. And I suppose I am an illustrator after all, so it is a bit of an odd job compared to office work. But there are some days where I feel like I've accomplished something just by putting on some real clothes for the day.
Well, yeah, you might want to work on that a little more. That should be the bare minimum, really, don't you think? But either way, I think that you've carved out a really great niche for yourself and that you have nothing to be ashamed of as far as your career choices have gone.
Oh, well, thank you so much for saying that, John. It really means a lot. But can I tell you something kind of embarrassing? Sometimes, while I'm working, I won't ever change out of my PJs until I need to leave the house.
Well, I'm guessing that you're not having to deal with the same people every single day like you would have to in the office while you're doing that, right?
Yeah, that is true. In fact, I really hardly see anyone that you or I know when I do go out.
Well, anyways, I think I should be getting back to work now, but I'm looking forward to seeing you at home. Take care and have a good rest of your day.
Got it. Enjoy the rest of your day as well. I'll be sure to have dinner for you by the time that you get home. Hello, Linda. This is Sarah. I live on the same floor as you in your building. Anyways, I just wanted to message you to let you know that your husband gave me his lunch today. And so I just also wanted to extend my thanks to you since I heard that you cook John's lunches for him. Oh, Sarah, hello. What an unexpected surprise to be hearing from you. Well, it really wasn't anything special at all that I packed for John today, just the usual. But did you enjoy the meal? I hope that there wasn't anything in there that you couldn't eat. No, I was able to eat all of it. Thank you for asking. It was really, really good. I enjoyed every single bite of it. Well, I'm just glad to hear that you liked my cooking so much. I have to admit, I was a little nervous when I read that my husband was sharing my cooking with someone from his office since I'm really not all that good of a cook. Oh, come on, Linda. I really think that you're being too modest about yourself. Besides, I should probably also admit that I was the one who asked your husband if I could have some of his lunch. The truth is that it's been so long since I last had a good home-cooked meal that I think I was just starved for something made with so much care. And since I'm just always constantly busy with work, I basically never have time to do any cooking for myself. So again, I just wanted to say how happy I was to be able to have a real meal from you. Well, that is just really kind of you to say. And in fact, if you ever want to eat some of my cooking again, please just let me know. I actually always end up making too much, and we always end up with plenty of leftovers. Really? Do you mean it? That would be amazing! Would it be too much for me to come over for dinner at some point and eat with you all? Because I'll be honest, my mouth starts to water whenever I hear your husband talk about the way that you can make a curry. It just sounds so good! Oh my, is John really going around saying all of these things about my cooking? How many times do I have to tell him that I'm really not doing anything special at all? Are you sure about that? Because from what I've heard, seen, and tasted, I think that you are probably just short of being a pro. I really don't think it's that at all. I just know how to cook a bit, and so I think people get a bit impressed from some simple effort. It's just some onions and spices that I used to give things flavor, you know? Well, isn't that basically what, 80% of all cooking is anyways? I think you know more than you're really giving yourself credit for when it comes to all of this. But anyways, if it's not too much to ask, I would really, really love to be able to have some curry for lunch or dinner sometime soon. And, in fact, if it would be possible, I would really, really appreciate it if maybe I could go over to your house at some point and learn how to cook it. Oh, wow, you really want to learn how to cook from me? Come on now, I think there are much better other places you could learn from. But I just think that I could really learn a lot from you. Not only that, but you live so close to me as well. It would be perfect. I mean, to tell you the truth, I really just can't cook that well at all. I hardly even know how to hold a kitchen knife. You know, I have to say that hearing all of this from you is kind of surprising. I guess it is just different from the image I have of you in my head. Well, I think I know what you mean. I know that I can seem really professional, but the truth is that I'm really only good at one thing, working. But when it comes to taking care of things around the house or cooking or doing things like that, well, let's just say that I would really, really appreciate someone showing me the ropes. I see. Well, if that's the case, then I suppose that I have no problem at all teaching you. But are you really as bad as you say about all of this? I really am. In fact, I'm going to ask you now to please not give up on me too quickly. I promise I'll try my best. Well, that's the spirit at least. Okay then, it's a deal. When would work best for you to meet? Well, if possible, it would make the most sense for me to do this on the weekend, if that's all right. Do you have any plans for this Saturday? We could meet then. I think that this Saturday should work for me, and in that case, I think you should come over in the evening and we can make dinner together. I'll make sure and get all of the ingredients that you and I will need for your little cooking class. This is going to be so fun! I can't wait to see you this Saturday then. Hey John, I was just wondering what time you're coming home tonight. Isn't this a little bit late for you? Normally, you send me a message if you're running late at work or have overtime or something. Is everything okay?
Oh, crap! Linda, I'm so sorry. I had no idea what time it was at all. I didn't even realize how late it was. Yes, you're right. I meant to send you a message that I was going to be out late tonight.
Well, I'm just glad you got back to me now. But wow, it's been a while since you've had to stay this late at the office, right?
Yeah, I know, right? But I guess these things just happen from time to time. We had a little bit of trouble here, and so everyone is working hard to fix it.
Oh, really? I'm so sorry to hear that. I feel like you've just been getting busier and busier lately, no? Lately, I haven't even been hearing from you at lunch, and this is the third or fourth time I've had to remind you to let me know if you're going to be late coming home.
I know. You're right, and I am sorry. I really did think that I was going to be able to go home on time tonight.
Well, since you're so busy with work, I guess that there really just no helping it at all, but I just wanted to let you know that Sarah was going to be coming over to our place again this weekend.
Oh, really? She's going to be coming over again? Is this going to be like a regular thing now?
Well, she just said that she would like to learn another recipe and hope that we could all sit down and eat together. She still has a lot that she wants to learn, and I think that she wants to have a test audience for her food. So no matter what she puts in front of us, let's just put on a happy face and encourage her, okay?
Huh, are you really sure this is such a good idea? I mean, you could always just tell her no, couldn't you?
Oh well, I guess when you put it that way, I did just tell her that it would be okay without really checking with you first.
Well, I guess she is working in the same office as me, and although it's not like I have anything against her or anything, I guess I just like to not have to think about work at home.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that at all. I really am sorry that I just did this without asking you first. But maybe it would be good if you and Sarah could talk a little more at work and get closer.
Well, the thing is that we don't even work in the same department, really, so we don't even have that many chances to talk.
John, did something happen between you and Sarah?
No. Really, no. Why would you ask something like that?
Oh, no reason, I guess. I guess maybe I'm just a little bit more outgoing than you. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into what you're saying and not really getting it.
I mean, look, I don't mind if she comes over once, maybe twice a month or something like that. After all, we do live in the same apartment building. But I also think that she doesn't need to be coming over every single weekend.
Well, okay, if that's the way that you feel about it. In fact, I have to say I was kind of surprised when she was so eager to come to our place as well.
Right? I think that's weird too. So let's just try and avoid getting too wrapped up in whatever she has going on.
Sure, if that's really what you think is best. I guess I was just looking forward to having more people in the house. After all, cleaning everything by myself can be quite lonely. And difficult, too.
I know, and I really am sorry to do this to you, but I just don't want people from work in our house all the time.
Well, sure, but she's not just someone from work. She is also our neighbor, you know? But next time she asks to come over, I'll tell her that she'll have to wait a couple of weeks. I'll just make up some excuse or something.
Thank you so much for doing that, Linda. I really do appreciate it. And if you need to talk about anything, just know that I'm here for you.
Hey, John, where are you right now? It's getting pretty late.
What do you mean? I told you that I was going to be going out drinking with some friends.
Yeah, I know that. I was just curious what bar you're at right now.
Actually, let me go and check what this place is called again.
It's okay, John. You don't have to lie to me anymore. I know the truth.
What are you talking about?
I know that you've been throwing away my meals when I pack your lunches. I knew something was up with you, and now I know that you're cheating on me. You are just the worst. Do you know that? I want a divorce.
Whoa. Where in the world is all of this coming from right now? Do you really think I'm cheating on you?
I'm just saying that Sarah has video proof of you throwing away the lunches that I packed you. She sent it to me. Not only that, but she also told me that you were cheating on me. So let me guess, you were hooking up with Sarah? Is that why you didn't want her coming over to the house all of the time?
Okay, I think I see what's going on, but there is a perfectly good reason for all of this. I hope you know that.
Look, John, if you've fallen in love with someone else, you can just tell me that.
No, it really isn't that at all, I swear. The truth is that Sarah has been stalking me.
Are you kidding me? And just what does that have to do with you throwing away your lunches?
Well, it's just that, well, you always put some weird stuff inside the food, and that's why.
And just what kind of stuff is going into your lunches that you don't like?
Well, the truth is that I think Sarah is putting something in my food, some kind of weird liquid-like thing. I really don't have any proof for what I'm saying, but she knows that I always pack my lunches from you.
What in the world? Are you being serious right now?
Yes, I don't exactly know what's going on, but I think that something is happening. I think Sarah has some kind of crush on me or something.
Are you being serious right now? Because I really want to feel like I can trust what you're telling me. But even so, it doesn't explain why you've been coming home so late every night.
The reason I'm staying in the office later is because Sarah is waiting for me after work. She's always trying to go home at the same time I do since we live in the same place. She's always asking me to go home with her even though I've told her I'm married, and so I'm just trying to avoid her as much as possible.
Well, it is true that you two would end up having the same commutes. And if she is really trying to wait for you outside of work, then that's no good.
That's exactly what I'm saying, and that's why I'm always coming home so late. I've had no one who I can talk to about this either. I don't think I've ever been so stressed like this in my life. And when I thought she might have been putting something in my food, well, that got me scared. I just have no idea what I should even do.
But why didn't you tell me any of this before, John? I mean, you're the victim here, right?
I know, and I am sorry. I just didn't want to get you worried or anything.
But this is really serious, John, especially if this lady really is trying to get closer to you. And now she's sending me videos and trying to tell me that you've been cheating on me. I just can't let her get away with this.
But what are we supposed to do?
I think the first thing we'll need is proof that all of this is happening. Do you think you can follow my instructions, John? Hey, Sarah, I'm going to have to ask you not to talk to me anymore, please. And especially, please stop waiting for me outside the office. John, oh my gosh, I think this is the first time that you've ever messaged me. Can you please read the message that I just sent you? Johnny, why don't you go ahead and tell me where you are right now? I have to imagine that you're not home yet. Your wife is out of the house right now, right? I was starting to wonder why I couldn't go over to your place anymore. And my wife is home, so you are not going to come over anymore. Oh, I'm sure that we could both make it to your place before she got back. I promise to keep it a secret. Look, you need to stop this. I mean, really, this is borderline stalking. And I know what you've been doing at work, putting this into my food. What in the world are you talking about? Don't you play dumb with me. I know that you've been putting something in my food while it sits in the fridge at work. I really just have no idea at all what it is that you're talking about right now. Maybe the food just went bad? You know, maybe your wife actually doesn't know how to cook as well as you might think. You're the one who asked my wife to teach you how to cook in the first place. But you have to know that that was only to have an excuse to go to your house. Besides, I know that if you weren't married to your wife, that we would be together. I can tell just by the way that you look at me. And when you introduced yourself to me when I moved into our building, that was when I knew that there were sparks between us. Sarah, this is Linda. I am sorry, but my husband wants nothing to do with you at all. Wait, what? You mean I've been talking to Linda this whole time? Well, you have been talking to me, but I am also here with John, and I never want you to speak to him again. Well, I'm sorry, but it's your husband who has the crush on me, and besides, we still see each other at work every day. I know, and he tells me all about how uncomfortable you make him feel there. So I'm afraid that you leave me no choice. You are fired. Excuse me, and just who do you think are trying to fire me like this, huh? Do you have any idea the kind of career that I've had? I'm not going to take this disrespect from a lowly housewife. I'm sorry, but you are going to be fired, especially since I have video proof of you putting things inside John's food. I know that you took it to the bathroom to do it. Wait a second. You mean you had someone follow me into the bathroom? Of course I did. The second his lunch went missing, I knew that I would need proof to get you fired. Well, John handed over that lunch to the police, and they're going to see what's inside it. And you are going to be caught and charged and made into a criminal. But you were the one following me in the toilet. If you really think that that is going to hold up after all that you've done, you've got another thing coming. After that, the police test results came back, and the food tested positive for several over-the-counter medicines. If I had to guess, I think Linda was trying to learn how to cook from me while making John sick from my cooking. All that just so that she could try and steal him away from me with her cooking. It was a crazy idea to begin with. Unsurprisingly, Sarah was fired and arrested, and we have never ever heard from her again. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Hey Ben, are you there? I just wanted to thank you for everything today, and that proposal was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, come on, Carla. What are you talking about? If anyone should be thankful, I think that it should be me, don't you think? I really wasn't sure what you were going to say, and I was just so nervous. So thank you so much for accepting it.
Oh, come on. Did you really think I would ever say no to you? I honestly doubted whether you ever would propose. I just always doubted I was good enough for you. I guess I just figured that you would always end up with someone much prettier than me, so I was just surprised when you asked today, is all.
Carla, I am sorry that you felt that way, but I want to let you know that there is nobody else who I would rather be with than you, and I really mean that.
Ben, that is just so sweet of you to say. Thank you so much, really. I honestly never ever thought that I would end up with such a sweet man. Oh my gosh, it's like I'm living in a dream or something.
Well, I'm just glad that we both seem to be on the same page now about wanting to marry each other. Honestly, I just feel so lucky that we have so much in common, Carla. And I'm really glad that we're basically on the same page about how we feel about money. That really means a lot to me.
Right, yeah. Of course we're on the same page about that, Ben.
Well, I just know that some people are just such lavish spenders with no sense of saving at all. I'm just glad that we both agree it's good to not overspend and live well within our means. And it's just so great that neither of us really care about having the most expensive or the latest brand goods. We can just live like normal people.
Yeah, I don't really like purchasing fancy brands or anything like that at all. Actually, I really love saving money as a hobby of mine, even if it might get us called cheapskates or something like that.
Well, I think that we both agree that there's just no need to live like there's no tomorrow and that it's good to be careful with our money.
Of course, but, well, I'm actually a little bit surprised about how much you're talking about this because, to be honest, I always thought you enjoyed spending your money.
Oh, no, nothing like that at all. I mean, I have no idea how I'd feel if we were spending like $1,000 a day or something. Of course, it's okay to splurge on things now and then, stuff like presents or trips overseas or something like that. Then, of course, it's fine to spend a lot.
Well, yeah, that makes total sense, and I totally agree with that.
Actually, since we're on the subject, I used to have a girlfriend who was almost obsessed with trying to spend as much money as she could in a single day. She was just so much trouble and so difficult to put up with. So in the end, I told her that I just couldn't be with her anymore.
You're kidding me. Was she really that bad? Was it just that she wanted to spend money all of the time?
Well, the truth is that I noticed that I started losing money that I was sure I hadn't spent on anything, and so I was sure that she was stealing from me.
Stealing from you? That's just horrible. Do you have any idea how much she had taken from you by the end of everything?
Yeah, she stole almost $12,000 from me. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow. Well, that certainly is not a small amount of money. I bet that must have really hurt to feel like you were betrayed like that.
Of course I did. The issue was never really the money at all. It was just that she went behind my back and did that to me. And now, with some distance, I think the only reason she ever wanted to get close to me to begin with was so that she could have access to my bank account. To be honest, it took me a long time to feel like I could trust women after that. I know that sounds silly, but it's just where I was at.
Oh, Ben, I am so sorry that you had to go through all of that. And honestly, I can't blame you if that was enough to make you be more careful about who you got into a relationship with.
But you know, ever since I met you, Carla, there hasn't been a single doubt in my mind that I could trust you. And I just know that every other woman I've talked to up to now was only after my money, but not you. I just know with all my heart that I can trust you.
And of course I understand why you would be so suspicious of other people as well. After all, you work for such a big company, so I'm sure lots of people assume that you must be very rich. But even just thinking about you getting used like that is enough to make me so sad.
Well, I appreciate that, but as you know, I'm just another worker bee in the office, really nothing special at all. Although, yeah, I guess that would explain why people think I'm so wealthy.
Well, just think about it. If you and I get married, then you won't have to worry about any of those kinds of women chasing you around any longer.
Well, I guess you do have a point there now that I think about it.
I guess that means that you and I have to get married now then, don't you think? By the way, have you thought of where we are going to have this wedding? I know a few places that we could check out, but we should book these things quickly so that we can secure dates and all of that. Hey there, Ben. I hope that you're doing well. I just wanted to ask if you saw the estimate that I sent you earlier.
Oh, yeah, I was looking it over. So just so I'm making sure I get this, is this the estimate that the wedding venue sent over?
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, we still have some things that we need to decide on, of course, so I guess there is a possibility that this could change.
Huh, well, I guess that makes sense, but I guess this is just a bit more expensive than I thought it was gonna be.
Well, I know what you mean, but the venue is a really, really nice one, so it makes sense that they would charge so much for the space. And you know how much I really want to get married there. They have a little chapel space and a big banquet room and everything. I think it's the perfect place to get married.
Right, and of course I get that, and I want to make this wedding perfect for you, but, well, a lot of this stuff just seems optional to me. Like, for example, I see that we have fireworks listed on this. Do we really need all of that?
What? What do you mean? Don't you think that fireworks are just so romantic? I think it would be an amazing sight and just make things perfect. Think of all the reactions we'd get.
Okay, then. How about the bit about the groom landing on the venue in a helicopter? I think that's a bit much, no? That alone is already adding another $10,000 to our wedding.
But it would make the wedding just like something out of a movie. I think it would be really, really fun to do. I know that you don't like to spend a lot of money when you don't have to, but I remember you telling me that you were okay spending money on special occasions. What more special occasion is there than a wedding?
I know I said that, but, well, at this point, the wedding is nearing about $100,000, and that isn't even including the dress and makeup and things like that, right? I just think that this might be getting just a little bit out of hand.
I think that most weddings these days are that expensive. And besides, I think it's a bit rude to invite all these people and not throw them a grand party. After all, you invited people from your company like your boss, right? If you're going to have all these top execs from your company, it's got to be nice.
And I get that, but I've been to the weddings of my coworkers before, and they've all been pretty normal. In fact, I don't think any of the other weddings I've been to through work had half of the things you're suggesting we get.
So you're telling me that we can't spend over 100 grand on the wedding? Is that some kind of rule or something that you have now?
It's not a rule or anything like that. I just think that we don't need all of this stuff.
Well, it sounds to me like maybe you don't really want to marry me after all, and to think that I thought you were anything but a cheapskate.
I really don't think that you're being fair to me right now.
Well, I don't see how I'm not when all you're doing is complaining about all of this to me.
I just want to be a bit more sure of all these expenses before we commit to everything. I don't mind spending a lot of money on a wedding, but I want to make sure it's on things that we actually need. I don't think it's fair for you to say that I'm being cheap when I'm just asking for a little more flexibility on this.
Look, I think you and I know that a wedding is, more than anything, all about the bride. You know what I mean by that, right?
I'm not sure that I do, really. You know that we're both getting married to each other, right?
Ugh, I guess I just had no idea that you were such a cheap lame-o. To be honest, you're really starting to ruin this whole thing for me.
I'm sorry, Carla. Maybe I'm just not getting this right over text. Could we find a time to meet in person and talk? I just know that we'll be able to come to a compromise if we do.
Injust is there to even compromise about when you keep shooting down all of my ideas?
I'm sorry, Carla. I just am really not sure that I'm following the logic of all of this.
It is every little girl's dream to have the perfect, most amazing marriage, and I don't think that I should have to budge an inch on any of this. But if you're going to insist on ripping apart my dreams like this, then maybe you and I shouldn't get married at all.
Wait, Carla, please, don't say things like that. You know that I want to marry you.
No, you've made your position very clear to me. Let's just cancel the whole thing. In fact, I have another suitor waiting for me anyways, so I don't need you anymore.
Wait, what? You have another person who asked you to marry him? Who's he?
Oh, I think you've actually met this person before. I think he was there one time when we all went out drinking together.
Hold on a second. Are you talking about that guy? You mean that guy with the really rich family?
Oh, so you do know who I'm talking about. Look at that. But yes, that's who I'm talking about. And let me tell you that he is just crazy about me.
Carla, please get back to me. I'm begging you to stop ignoring my messages. We can have any kind of wedding you want at all, so please don't do this to me.
Oh, hey there, Ben. I'm so sorry that I haven't gotten back to you this whole week. I've just been so busy with lots of different things.
Are you still mad at me, Carla, about the wedding and all that?
Me? Mad? No, of course I'm not mad. But anyways, you said that you had something that you wanted to talk about with me, because I have something that I want to talk about too.
Oh, okay then. Why don't you go first then? What do you want to talk about?
I think that you and I should break up. This just isn't working out anymore.
Wait a second. Is this... You mean... You really want to break up with me over this?
Well, yeah, basically. I just figured from our last talk that you were just such a cheapskate. I did something and just realized that we weren't going to be good together.
But, I told you that we could have whatever kind of wedding you wanted. Doesn't that fix everything? Why can't we get married now?
Well, this was just the first time that you've done something like this, but I just know that if you can't respect my wishes for a wedding, then you're not going to respect it in the future either. And once I realized that you were always going to be this way, it finally dawned on me that you and I should just break up, and that's why I'm going to be with this new person instead of you.
And let me guess, this guy that you're going to be with is also really, really rich, is that right?
Well, duh. Didn't I already make that obvious when you asked about his family?
It just doesn't make sense to me at all how you can just jump from person to person like this.
Well, I don't know what you want me to tell you. He comes from a really rich family that owns a bunch of land, and he told me that his parents are going to die soon, so that means that he's going to get everything. Plus, you know that big new condo that's being built in downtown? Well, his family actually basically owns all of the land around there.
Wow, really? You mean he owns all that prime real estate downtown? That's actually pretty impressive, to be honest.
That's right, and even though I know that you work for a big company and make a nice salary, the fact of the matter is that you can't even compete.
Wait, just hold on a moment. Are you telling me that you're leaving me for this guy all because you found out that he makes more money than me?
Well, let me just put it this way. I asked him if he cared at all if our wedding went over the $100,000 mark, and he said that he could make that happen easily.
So basically, in the end, it's all about the money for you. Do I have that right? And that means that you were also only with me for money, right? And this whole time, up until we were planning the wedding, you never said a thing to me this whole time.
Oh, is that what you think? That's not how I see it, but I think the love between you and I just isn't there anymore. And that's the real reason why you and I just can't get married anymore. I think you and I can see now that we are just two different people, and that's why we can't be together anymore.
Carla, why would you do all of this? You told me that you didn't care about money this whole time.
It sounds to me like you were just reading into that a bit too much. But you do you, I guess.
Hey, Carla, are you there? I know it's been a while since we last talked, but are you really breaking up with me?
What are you talking about, Ben? You and I have been broken up. There's nothing more to discuss. And besides, I've already married that other man. It's over between you and I.
Wait a second, you two already got married? Oh, wow, I didn't think that you would move so quickly.
Well, I told you that this man was willing to really give me whatever kind of wedding I wanted with no ifs, ands, or buts. And so that's why I broke off our engagement and decided to marry him instead. It's clear that he's a better man than you ever would be.
Well, you know what? I think it sounds like he's at least certainly more rich than I am.
Honestly, I can't believe that you wouldn't even put up the money to give me the wedding that I wanted. It could have been so easy for you. But it's a good thing that I got together with this heir to a wealthy family rather than waste any more time with you.
And you're really sure that his family owns all that land around downtown?
What are you talking about? What kind of silly question is that? Of course the land is theirs.
But I mean, have you ever really actually verified that for yourself?
Well, I guess I haven't since you asked, but why should any of that matter now?
I just mean that if I were putting all of my eggs into this basket, I would want to be sure I was making the right decision. But I took the liberty of checking for you. I actually hired a private investigator who looked into all that land, and he didn't see that guy's name anywhere near it. And they certainly don't own that big condo building that you were talking about.
But what? What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Who owns it then?
Oh, it seems that it belongs to some big development company, but the land around that building is split up into many other owners. It sounds to me like this person just told you that he owns all this land, but that was just a lie.
No, this can't be happening. I don't understand what's going on here at all. How could this be?
Oh, I think it's pretty easy to understand how this could be. You got lied to, plain and simple. But what I don't understand is that I thought you knew this person already. Did you bother checking at all that they were who they really said they were? Any homework on this at all?
Well, I just figured since I'd seen him around the times you'd gone drinking with your coworkers that he was legit. Plus, he doesn't really have any social media at all, so I really only had his word to go off of.
And you really thought that it was a smart idea to believe someone like that? You were so blinded by your greed that you didn't bother making sure of any of what you were doing at all.
But, this can't be right. He's supposed to be the heir to all of that land. This can't be happening right now. Are you really telling me that he tricked me?
Well, why don't you go and find out for yourself now that I've told you all of this? But then again, I guess since the two of you are married now, it's really only a matter of time until you find out the truth for yourself anyway. It didn't take long after my conversation ended with Carla that I started to receive a flood of panicked texts from her. Apparently, she took my advice and looked into the man who she decided to leave me for. Of course, as we all know, she did it much too late and only found herself stuck with this liar who tricked her into marrying him. I actually knew the guy that she was talking about was not at all the man that he was saying, but I didn't want to raise the issue until I knew for sure. The truth is that he had been at the bar when me and other co-workers had gone out to drink and Carla had been there. But he was just a regular at the bar who enjoyed talking to some of the guys from my company. He must have finally caught on that we all worked for a pretty big company and thought that he could trick someone into thinking he was someone who he wasn't. Of course, anyone with a brain would have thought to look into the person who they were going to marry, but I guess Carla got too ahead of herself. Either way, I'm just glad I dodged another bullet. I suppose that in some ways I really am lucky that something like this has happened to me 2 times now, and both times I managed to avoid getting sucked into a marriage where I would have just been used for my money like some kind of human piggy bank. I don't know what it is about me that attracts these kinds of people. Maybe they can just tell that I have a trusting heart that's open to genuine love, and they see something that they think they can manipulate in that. Well, no matter what happens, I am not gonna ever give up on finding love. Some might become jaded or bitter or give up on ever trying to talk to anyone ever again after going through the kinds of things that I have. But I'm never gonna let the actions of a few bad people speak for everyone. I know that it comes with risks, but I just can't see myself ever becoming happy by closing off my heart. It would be so easy to give up and blame the world for all my bad luck. It takes even more strength to keep my heart open at the times when it's come under attack the most. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.